Do you want to make money? Do you want to make money easily? Do you want to make money that you can only spend in one particular place without the ability to transfer or use it elsewhere? Well, stay tuned to this video and you'll be able to do all that with the no squealing guide to big money making with Steam. Not that kind of Steam. That's more like it. Now I'll hand you over to Mr. Miskatonic, who's going to tell you all about Idlemaster. Not that kind of idle. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go to Google and download something called Idlemaster, which is IDLE, not IDOL. So type that into your search and you'll get, it's probably the first search result that will come up. And when you go through the page, it looks like this. And you just want to hit download now, get that installed once you've downloaded it. And when you open it up, I think the initial window will look pretty much just like this. Also, bear in mind you need to have your Steam client running at this time, so yeah, make sure that's running and you're not running any games. So click the sign in button and you will get an option to sign into your Steam account via your browser. It's totally safe, don't worry about it. Sign into that, and then sometimes it will seem like it's signing in for eternity and the sign in will just be spinning. So if it does that for you, then just close it and reopen the Idlemaster and it'll be fine. Otherwise it should be fine and you'll get a window that looks something like this. Okay, so this is just a still, but it tells you there's 1240 card drops remaining and 334 games left to idle. Now bear in mind, it may not seem like it's going to idle all of your games, but remember that not all games have cards. So anyway, here's a live action version of my Idlemaster actually running and in process. Okay, so as you can see here, it's running Cthulhu Saves the World at the moment. It's got 2 card drops left remaining and it tells you when the next check is. It'll check periodically for cards, and when it's got all the cards in that game, it will stop with that game and move to the next one. So it's all automated, you don't need to do anything. You can just leave it running overnight, or when you're not using games on Steam, it can just run in the background. Now the next thing, you don't actually need this, but I find it really helpful. Basically when you sell items on Steam, it only lets you sell one at a time, and it goes through this really laborious process of having to click and open this window, agree to the agreement, and sell the item over and over again. It gets really tiresome. So you want to go to Chrome and get something called Steam Inventory Helper. Now for some reason the Chrome store is taking a long time to open here, but once that pops up you'll see what the screen is, so you'll know, there we go, Steam Inventory Helper. That's what you want to download. Just click add to Chrome. I've already added it, so it says added to Chrome in the top right, but you want to click, I think when that green button's there it says install or add or something, so just add that. It runs in the background on your Chrome, it's no problem at all. It runs a little icon in the top right, but you don't need to click it or do anything to it. Okay, so once you've idled for a while, you want to go through to steampowered.com, which will take you through to Steam's web interface where you can use the item helper that you just downloaded. So once you're through there, log into your account and go through to your back page where your community items are held and find your marketplace stuff, find your cards, and the page will look something like this. Okay, so because of Steam Inventory Helper being installed, up the top here you will see you've got these green buttons. Now you want to click Sell Multi-Items and just highlight all of the items that you want to sell, which in my case is, I don't know, about 30 cards or something like that, 20 cards. So I'll highlight all of them, and then when you put them up for sale, you can select that it just sells them as the average price for all of them. So it just takes care of that all at once, as you'll see now. If you now click Sell, to get rid of the ones that are highlighted, it will take you through to the sales window where you can see here. Now you want to click I agree to the terms, and also the part that says auto adjust price, click that because that will sell it at the mean average for every card, so you don't need to go through each one adjusting it. And then when you click OK sell, it will begin to sell your cards. You can see the top right there, that's the value that people are going to pay, and the below value of 190 is the value I'm going to get, so that's obviously without Steam's cut. Now it's going to go through these cards quickly, but another thing worth bearing in mind is that sometimes some strange cards will sell for more price than more desirable cards, but you have to bear in mind that if someone's trading, well, if there's 10,000 Counter-Strike cards trading in a day, that's going to push the price down. The more desirable ones are sometimes for the smaller, stranger games, so that's worth bearing in mind if you've only got a certain amount of time to idle stuff every day. Do the weirder games and you'll probably get a little more money. Okay, there's terms and conditions, it's all fairly straightforward, there's nothing bad for you, you don't lose anything by doing this. One thing to remember is when the cards are up for sale, they're no longer in your inventory, so even if they're not sold, you won't see them anymore. If you want them back, you can go back to the marketplace and claim them back if you want to trade them or whatever. Idlemaster does not run the games, it just tricks Steam into thinking you're running the games, so it's not a process hog, you can just have it going in the background while you're doing other stuff on your computer, it's no problem at all, or run it overnight as I said, which is usually what I do. So that's that done. That's all those cards sold really quickly compared to how long normally it would take through the Steam interface, and you'll get that money coming through drips and drabs or all at once depending on how desirable your cards are. So if we refresh that, we can see that the cards are no longer in my folder, so that's all them gone to the marketplace. And if you have as many games as I do, it's well worthwhile doing this. Obviously, some bundles will even pay for themselves with the amount that you get from the games if you don't spend much on them. So that's how to make free money on Steam. So if anyone has any problems or questions regarding this system or the programs, just leave them below in the comments and I'll get back to you. I'll leave links to both the programs in the description. Like this video and subscribe to the channel, and happy mining. This has been a No Squealing video, brought to you by No Squealing and Game Life, Liverpool's answer to